Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm bringing you another yoga class today and we'll be focusing on twists today. So twists to wring out anything that doesn't serve us anymore, be that beliefs, stories, something that happened today, this week, anything that you have had enough of, anything that you feel ready to let go. We're just going to do quite a few twists in this class, just squeezing these things out and trying to create some space in the upper body for breath, for new stories, and for maybe more positive thoughts. So take from this class what works for you. It is a beginner-friendly class and I'm not going to be using any props, but if you know that props will feel nicer in your body, like you could sit up on one now that we're sitting down, or in whatever way you feel like you could use some support, then please use props. And let's get started. So find a comfortable seat. As I said, you can sit up on something. This could be a cushion or a block. And then we're just going to find a nice tall spine here. And if it feels okay for you in your body and you're in a safe space, then you can close your eyes. And then let us bring awareness to the breath. Feeling it flow in and out of our body. And then maybe noticing how much space in the upper body you have to make room for the breath. This might feel different from day to day. I'm feeling quite tight in my chest today, a bit achy, so I don't feel like there's that much room for my breath. And that is not good or bad, it is just how my body feels today. So let's take this moment here at the start of the class to notice this in your own body. And then maybe also take a moment to focus on what it is you would like to let go of. Be it a belief, a story, something that has happened to you. Just take a moment and think of this. And then imagine what it would feel like if that thing is gone. What would your body feel like? How would your energy shift? How would your mental state change? And how would you feel emotionally? If you can, make this really vivid and maybe even see if you can already feel this change in your body. One last inhale here and then we start moving. And then with your next inhale, reach the arms up. And with an exhale, left hand plants down, reach across with the right. Try and keep that nice open chest here, maybe bringing the bottom shoulder forward to allow you to spiral up and open the chest. Keep that connection of the right hip to the floor, feeling the side body lengthen here. Inhale, we come back to center and then we swap sides. Again, see if that chest can open towards the ceiling, finding that space here. Inhale, come back to center. And then we'll take our first twist. So with the exhale, right hand comes onto the left knee, left hand behind you. And then inhale to find length. And exhale, we twist towards the left. Work with your breath here. So finding length in the spine with each inhale. And maybe twisting a little bit deeper with the exhale. You don't want to be using that right hand to pull you around though. You want to be able to maintain that twist even when you let go of that supporting hand on the knee. One more breath here. And then with your next inhale, come back to center, reach your arms up again, find that nice long spine, and then we twist the other way on the exhale. Left hand onto right knee, right hand behind you, and then keep finding that length in the spine with your inhales and twisting with the exhales. Make sure you can still fully breathe here. As always, we want the breath to flow rather than make it to any imagined way this pose has to look. So you want to listen to your body, find your edge, that point where you're still able to breathe fully. Okay, inhales, come back to center, and then we're going to make our way into child's pose. So I would recommend having the knees apart here, but if this is uncomfortable in your body, have the knees together. Gonna try and keep our bum as close to our heels as possible. If you lift up a lot, again, this is a place where you could use a block or a cushion just to help you with this pose. And then we're just going to walk forwards to bring our forehead either close to the ground. You can again use something here if the ground's too far away, or rest the forehead on the floor. Can soften the arms here. I don't really want to be reaching actively. This is just finding some length in the spine. If it feels nice, you can rock your forehead from side to side and give yourself a little massage here. And then lift your head off a little bit, come onto your fingertips, and then we're going to walk our hands towards the left as far as you can reach, and then lower the forehead back to the ground again, coming into another side body stretch. Connecting to your breath, maybe recalling that sensation, the thoughts, the energy that you'll have at the end of the practice when you have had some time and space to let go of what doesn't serve you anymore. And I'm going to come up to fingertips again, walk all the way towards the other side and lower down on the right side. Inhale, lift again, walk back to center, lower the forehead here one last time. And then shift forward to come onto all fours with the shoulders above the wrists and the hips above the knees. And we're just going to wake up the spine a little more with some cat-cows. So with the inhale, we arch the back, lift the chest, gaze comes forward. And with an exhale, rounding the spine, pushing hands and knees into the ground and bringing the gaze towards the belly button. And then moving back and forth here between the two poses, really waking up the spine. If it feels nice here for you to hold a little longer, one or even both of these poses, then please do so. Listen to your body and what feels nice. Okay, let's do one more each. And then come to a neutral spine, kind of curl the toes under and then lift up into downward facing dog. Pedal the feet here, find any movement that feels good in your body. And then slowly find stillness. Staying here for 2 inhales and exhales. Keep the knees bent here. You want that nice long spine rather than getting the heels on the floor. As you can see, like I can't get my heels onto the floor either. Okay, let's bend the knees here, bring the gaze forward, and then slowly walk towards the front of the mat to come into a forward fold. If it feels good, you can hold onto the elbows and maybe sway side to side. Letting go of the head here. And again, keep the knees bent as much as feels nice in your body. Then let go of your elbows, bring the hands back down to the floor. And then we're going to bring the left hand in front of our toe so that it's basically in the middle between the feet, but just a little bit in front of it. Bend that left knee, right leg straightens. And then with an inhale, open the right arm up so you're twisting to the side again. Gaze goes up or to the side if your neck doesn't allow this or this doesn't feel nice in your body. One more breath. And with the exhale, we replace the right hand down, place it where the left was, straighten the left leg, bend the right, and then open the left arm up with the inhale. Nice, lovely. One last breath here. And then with the exhale, hand comes back down. We bend our knees a little more and then roll up into mountain pose with an inhale. Arms reach up, hands come together above the head. And with an exhale, we bring the hands down to heart center. In mountain pose, our Tadasana, you can have your feet hip width apart like I have, which feels more comfortable in my body. Or you can bring the toes together with a little bit of space between the heels, which is the more traditional yogi way of doing this. Regardless of which way you're doing it, I want you to press the feet into the ground. It'll make your legs activate, gives you a much stronger base here. Find length in the spine. Hands can come down at the side of your body with the palms facing forward. And then see if you can press into the ground again and grow tall here. Inhale, reach the arms up again. Exhale, we're going to twist towards the right. So right hand reaches behind, left hand reaches forward. Trying to keep the hips pointing forwards as much as possible. And then bring your gaze as much behind you as you can. Inhale, reach both arms up again. Exhale, we twist the other way. Again, hips pointing forwards as much as you can. And then inhale, arms reach up. And with an exhale, we're going to sit back, coming into chair pose here. And then bring the hands together and down to heart center. See if you can sit a little lower. And then lift the left elbow up and around to come towards the outside of your right knee. Check that both knees are still in aligned, pointing the same direction. The left knee hasn't come forward, so you can twist. You don't want that. Okay, bit of a challenge now. Move the weight into that right foot. See if you can lift the left heel off. And then with as much control as you can, step that left foot back to come into the side twist in a low lunge version. And then maybe you have a little bit more space here to press the elbow against the knee. One last breath. And then inhale, we come to center. Reach the arms up, so now you're in that high crescent lunge. Back knees bend a little, back heel off the floor, the front knees above the front ankle. And then grab hold of the left wrist with the right hand, and with an exhale, lean over towards the right. Coming into another side body stretch here, making the space in the body. Lovely. Inhale, come back to center, and then we're going to pivot on the back foot. So the toes are pointing towards the long edge, and we come into warrior two. And I'm just going to turn around so you can see me. And then when you're here, check that you can see those front toes. Press the knee towards the outside, engaging the glutes here, and that should help you see those front toes. Arms out at a T at shoulder level. Engage your legs, find that length in the spine. And then we're going to bring the right forearm onto the right leg. Bring the left arm down and up to come into side angle here. Finding that nice long line from the foot all the way to the hand. And then if you want another little bit of a challenge, you can see about lifting that supporting right arm off the floor just to see that you're not dumping all the upper body weight into that. Lovely. Push into the front foot, bring the left hand onto the left leg and reach your right arm across for your reverse warrior. Lovely. You stay where you are. I'm just gonna come back around to face the front of my mat. Right, and then from here we're gonna windmill the arms all the way down to the mat, pivot on the back foot, so you're in your low lunge, and then bring that back knee down, and then shift backwards, coming into half splits. So you want to straighten that right leg. If you have a bend here, perfectly fine. Front toes are off the floor, and then you can stay here like this. The bum is quite a bit away from the heels, or you can see if you can lower a little bit and maybe sit back on the heels. It depends how much space you have in the body, and like whatever version of this is perfectly fine. And then let's shift forward back to that low lunge. Back heel comes off, back heel, back knee. Then we step back into plank. If you want your knees down here, please do that. We're gonna press into the hands with the inhale to bring the shoulder blades away from each other. And with an exhale, we're gonna lower to the ground. Inhale, point the toes, push up into cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come up to cobra again. Exhale, lower. And then we'll do this one more time. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, lower to make our way into downward facing dog again. Pedal the feet again if this feels good. And then we'll take 3 breaths here. And this is just another opportunity for you to come back to your vision of what it will feel like in your body when you have created some more space and let go of what doesn't serve you. Notice maybe if you already have more space in your upper body for breath. And then we bend the knees, bring the gaze forward, and then we can step, walk, or jump towards the front of the mat again. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, reach the arms up, hands come together. And then with an exhale, sit back into chair pose. We're going straight into this again. Hands come down to heart center. If you want, you can sit lower a little bit more. And then right elbow comes up and around to come towards the outside of the left knee. Check your knees are still level. And then weight goes into that left foot, right heel comes off. And then we're gonna step back into that low lunge. Try not to fall over. And then use that connection here of the elbow against the knee to maybe twist a little deeper. Pressing that back heel away from you, finding that engagement in the legs here. And then inhale, come up into your crescent lunge, that back knees bend. Grab the right wrist and with an exhale, lean over towards the left. One more side body stretch here. I can really feel this in my hip flexors. So just a slightly different space in my body to do this side body opening stretch this way. Lovely, and then hands come back to center, reaching up. We pivot on the back foot, open the arms out to a T and we're in warrior two again. Pressing that knee towards the outside. Finding strong legs here. And breath. And then side angle, left forearm onto the left leg, right arm down to come up. Making that nice long line, chest opens towards the ceiling again, if you have space in the body. And then if you want, you can check in whether you're dumping your weight here by lifting that left forearm. Inhale, windmill the arms, right hand onto right leg, left arm reaching up. And then we windmill all the way down to the floor again. Drop that back knee once you're in that low lunge and then shift backwards, straightening the front leg, finding your version of this half splits. Shifting forward with the next inhale, back knee lifts to come back into that plank pose. Again, your version, knees can be down here. We inhale, press the shoulder blades away from each other. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog again. And just step that left foot forward. And then we're going to turn so both toes are facing the long edge of the mat. And you're in this forward fold here. And then walk the hands forward a little bit so you can come into a nice long spine. Finding engagement in the core. And then with an exhale, fold forward. If there's not that much space in your body and you're still quite high up, perfect. Find what works for you today. Not everyone has the same space in their body and not everything feels good in your body, even if you can do it all the time. If you have the space, you can maybe walk the hands to be in line with your toes and then use that connection to deepen your forward fold a little bit. Okay, walk the hands forward again. Find that nice long spine again. Really engage the core and the legs here. Hands come to your hips and then we press up to come back up again. Turn your heels in and then we're gonna bring the hands to heart center and lower into our goddess pose here. Find nice strong legs. And then we're going to release our hands onto our knees. Right shoulder comes forward and we twist towards the left here. Right arm is straight, left arm is slightly bent as you look past your left shoulder. Strong legs still. And then center and we go the other way. Back to center. And then push into the legs to come up. And then we're just going to heel toe the feet back together and make our way down into a seat. So whichever way works best for you. Okay, bring the legs out in front of you. Toes are nice and active. Then we're going to bring that right knee in, cross it over the left thigh. And then you can stay here like this with the left leg stretched out. Or you can bring that left foot towards the outside of the right hip. Just doing one more twist here. And then, so the left arm can either wrap around that knee or the elbow can come to the outside again. Right hand will reach behind you and then find length and then twist. Just a slightly more intense version of the twist that we did at the beginning. Notice if you have any more space in the body here to turn. And again, you don't really want to brutally use that supporting left arm to pull you around. You want to engage the core here, pull the belly button in and let the twist come from your torso. If you don't need the right hand behind you, you can wrap it around so it comes towards the outside of the left hip instead. And if you have the space for a bind and know what that is, go ahead and do that. Okay, with an exhale, come back to center. Stretch out that bottom leg again. Cross the right foot back over. And then we're going to move the left leg out a little more so the inside, so the sole of the right foot can come to the inside of our left leg. And then we're going to slide sort of our elbow down the leg again. Going as deep as you can. So you can rest the head on the hand and reach the right arm up. This is just one more side body stretch. So your right arm can really reach here, make this nice and active, or I prefer it if I just sort of drape my arm loosely over my head. Again, if you're like much higher than me, that's perfectly fine. You might not be able to rest the head on your hand. Just do whatever works in your body. What you want is that stretch in the side body and to be able to open the chest towards the ceiling as much as you can. So this will also be a great place for a block again. You can place that behind your knee, just making it easier for your elbow to have something to rest on. Okay, let's take one last breath here. And then come back up. Bring both legs straight out again. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So left foot comes in, crosses over. Bus stop one is to stay here with that right leg stretched out, or to bring it towards the outside of your left hip. Find your version for the arm. Left hand can reach behind you, or maybe even all the way around to the outside of the right hip. We find length with an inhale and twist with our exhale. Engaging the core, pulling the belly button in to make a little more space here. And making sure there is enough space in your body to still fully breathe. One last breath. And then let's come back to center. Release that bottom leg. Cross the left leg over, the right leg comes out a bit more, sole of the left foot to the inside of the thigh, and then finding your version here to come into the side, stretch on the other side. Ooh, okay, so I am way tighter on this side. This is actually quite intense. So if you have really strong sensations, if it isn't painful, then see if you can connect to your breath here. But if you can't fully breathe, then obviously back out a little bit until you can breathe fully again. Last breath here. And then come back up to center. Okay, just gonna find a comfortable seat again here. And then let's do just a few circles here with the spine. Okay, change direction. And then slowly make those circles smaller so you can come back to center. Let's take another few breaths together here. Soften the shoulders. Connect to your inhales and exhales. Noticing the space in your upper body. Noticing any shifts in energy. Any shifts in your thought patterns. And let's take one deep inhale together and sigh it all out. One more like this to let go of everything that you want to let go of. And one last because it feels so good. So deep inhale and then let it all out. If a sound comes out, great, let's do that. Come back to your normal breath. And bring hands together at heart center and bow your head. Taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up, for making the space and commitment to practice today. And then with that, let's say thank you. Yes, let me say thank you as well for joining me for this class. I hope you were able to find some space, to find some letting go of whatever isn't serving you anymore, and that you feel a bit more energized, that you have more space after this class. So if you really enjoyed this, please like the video. Please check out some of my other videos if you want any more. And I also teach live classes twice a week. So details you can find on my website, which I've linked in the description. And I also have a mailing list for information about any upcoming events. I'm also working on some coaching, so if that is something you may be interested in, go and check that out. You'll be the first to know if you're on my mailing list. And with that, I leave you to enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me, and goodbye.